you can grow in your careers. Now, there are some techniques or strategies we can work on it. So that's something that I really wanted to share from the day since I started my own journey, and so far I'm helping the professionals out there. So a little pointers of this webinar, that what we will going to cover is that the use of LinkedIn, the value of LinkedIn optimization, how to reach out to recruiters, and how to focus on the thought leadership content. Like, everyone right now is joining from different professions and backgrounds, different sectors and industries. Everyone have their different skills. So how you can start using those skills into your story form or post or content form. That's the very valuable way to present yourself on LinkedIn. And creating well-optimized CV and LinkedIn, how both are essential as well at the same time and can be used in your further career growth. So moving on, why LinkedIn? It's always, again, a question from a lot of professionals, job seekers, even the young talent right after graduates are asking this question: why we use LinkedIn? What's the importance of LinkedIn? LinkedIn is somehow a platform of different posts, or just like Facebook. Again, every social media have its pros and cons, goods and bads, everything. Okay, we need to understand the purpose of each platform in a more professional way we can. So right now, at the moment, and if I talk about the Gulf region specifically, as well as globally, LinkedIn is a platform where people are there professionally with their all skill set, with their all expertise they're trying to show and showcase and present. And that's the largest right now networking platform of professionals. Now it's up to an individual that how you present yourself, how you connect, how you network, how you talk, how you communicate, and what you share on LinkedIn. That can be really, really helpful for you, for your job search, for your careers, and for your growth. Okay, and I hope you guys are seeing my screen, right? Because I'm not seeing you guys, right? I don't know what's happening while I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, fine. Okay, so moving on ahead, give your LinkedIn profile that spark. So as I mentioned that the platform I run is with the name of Elite Career Spark. And the purpose was that I want to convey this message and create more awareness to all the professionals and all the individuals that we as an individual have different skills by nature as well, and some skills we learn. Okay, so by the time most of the skills do fade out for so many reasons in our life and career. So my purpose was and is that what I'm serving is to help professionals to, again, gain your spark, gain your confidence, right? And when we talk about your LinkedIn profile also, again, give it a little spark, which help your LinkedIn profile to shine out more, stand out more, and that can make you more visible in the job market or in your region. So starting with a little twist, first we need to understand that you have to optimize your LinkedIn profile very well in a very nice way, professional way, which speaks about your expertise, which speaks about or present your right skill set. And then you have to communicate, then you have to network, then you have to talk to people, communicate with people, connect with people, and inquire with people about their careers, the industries, the jobs. So that's how a very the dynamics of LinkedIn, very in a simplest form right now, if I try to convey, is this what I'm speaking or sharing. Moving on, LinkedIn optimization guide, little pointers I have mentioned, which we can work on. Again, set up a LinkedIn URL, which is so important. If you see right now on your LinkedIn profile link, there are some numbers given, which is by default LinkedIn gives you. So how we can make it professional, that is also a way that you can edit your LinkedIn URL link. So if you want, I can share the demo also after this presentation, then how you can make it professional. So first you have to set up.
That would be great.
Yeah, definitely I can. LinkedIn URL. For every individual out there, we should remove the numbers, update contact information, okay, add keywords of your profile. That's so important. After this session, I want you to start filtering your keywords and start filtering your skills, especially because most of the people mention all the skills in the skills section, and it gives around like 50 skills options to you. So every individual I see, majority, let's say, they put up all the skills in the skills section. So I want you to start filter out your skills, filter out the right keywords for your profile. Think about those skills and keywords which you are currently using at your job, or maybe you are targeting that. Okay, so that will help the LinkedIn algorithm to understand your profile in a right manner rather than a random profile that robot or software or the algorithm of LinkedIn is picking up from the backend that's working. So I want you to filter out the right keywords and skills from the first skill section. And then those skills or keywords you can utilize in your overall LinkedIn profile. Remove any outdated information if you have from your past and older experiences like internship, maybe, or school jobs, maybe. So most of the time I see 20 or 10 to 20 jobs even on the LinkedIn profile experience section. So I want you to, again, filter out, make your latest experience section right up there in your LinkedIn experience section, work section, and the previous jobs or internships which maybe are now outdated, or which maybe are not relevant to your current role, let's say, or target role, remove those. Okay. Follow brands and companies you aspire to work. Why? Because of course, when you follow them, you can read out their articles, read out their current trends or research, what's going on. You can learn more about the company and the brands you want to work, and then maybe also you can connect with more people from those companies and the brands and the group and the pages LinkedIn offers. Join relevant groups and contribute frequently. So when we say contribute frequently, we are talking about the thought leadership content over here, that start posting out. How you have to post, what you have to post, we can discuss later in this presentation. Ask for professional recommendations, which is so important, because recommendation is a way that creates trust and familiarity for those people who are visiting your profile, let's say. So if the third party is visiting your profile and they see something which is mentioned on your profile as a recommendation by your peers, by your colleagues, by your line manager, management, and so on. So that really gives your profile an edge for the other person to understand you, because it's a virtual world, right? We are right now seeing what's written or what's mentioned on LinkedIn. So that's how it really works. Endorsement builds credibility. So endorsements is all about like skills. On skills section, we have the button or the way that you can endorse someone's skills, that I endorse this skill for that person. That again also adds value to your LinkedIn profile. So these are the like quick optimization guideline I want to share. So any questions so far? We have to take it right now or later, just let me know.
I believe we can take the questions after your session and Amna's session. But I would like you to again give a brief understanding about that. Where are the like specifically the link is available on LinkedIn, or when we talk about the recommendations, so that people can actually, because a lot of people don't actually know that where are those options where we can go and edit these things. So once your session is done, you can give a small demo as well, and we can guide people about it.
How about I give it right now? It would be more. Okay. Yeah, it would be more good, I think, so that people can know directly during the the theme of the session. Okay, so let me share the screen again for the one I was sharing, that how to optimize the link for you. Okay, just a moment. Here we go. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my profile, okay? And I was talking about this. Can you see the URL? That's what I have mentioned about myself, okay? So when you go at your URL and you
We cannot, I believe, see the URL. We can see the screen, Just below that, where you can see the notifications and.
No, but
All right, yeah, we're talking about the right one.
I have highlighted, right?
It's at the right side. I can see the
Yeah, yeah,
file.
No,
I
no,
got it.
first, first I have highlighted my URL just to show, okay? So now you have to go here. Can you see the right pen? It opens like here. Can you see this one? Public profile and URL.
Yep.
Okay, so you click on this pen button and it will open up a new page for you. Can you see? Are you guys following?
Yeah, it is still in the process, I believe.
Okay. Now,
We'll let you
It's the
know.
same page.
It's actually working, but still.
So I believe we can just tell them that this is the area where we can go and edit it.
fine,
instead of
fine. Okay,
waiting
yeah.
for it.
So this is the one, public profile and URL. So you click on the pen button, it will open up a new page for you. And from that same place, you can customize the numbers which LinkedIn provides you as a default link. So that will help you to create some professional URL for your LinkedIn profile. Is it okay?
I have a question here. Sorry to interrupt, but most people use their name in their LinkedIn profile URL. So, what do you suggest regarding the URL endpoint? So, should it be a name or regarding your something regarding your profile?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Your first name and your last name, it's like more professional. If you are service provider, let's say, you can make it more catchy or make it more creative. Some accounts people or finance people put up there like CA or ACCA, something like that. Some business people make it around like MBA, MBHR, like that. So either way. But numbers you can remove it. The numbers which LinkedIn provides you by default. So you can remove it and keep it like first name and second name, last name, and so on. Okay.
Okay, I want to add something here. I have already set up the link of my URL, LinkedIn URL. So I'll wrote it like Rasleen hyphen international recruiter. So with name, my designation, या जो भी the service that I'm providing.
Mm-hmm. ठीक है. Fair enough. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. All right. And next was the recommendation. So you guys know how to have the recommendations, or should I show you?
Again, talking about a lot of people, some of them would be aware about it and some would be not. So we can actually give them that area as well.
Okay, fine. So okay. So you guys can see my LinkedIn profile and I have these recommendations where you can see. Okay. Here. This one. Okay. So recommendations, again, as I've explained that how it works or what are the value it can bring to your profile. Okay. So again, try out asking recommendations from your, again, line managers, let's say, or people you have been a great experience working, your genuine connections, let's say, or the people whom you trust, and vice versa, because of course they know you, they know your skills, that they can endorse or recommend those skills. So there are 2-3 ways you can do it. For example, if I go to my client's profile, let's say, and what we can do is we can simply go to the more button. Okay, then we can request a recommendation over here, and then it will give you some drop down options and you can fill it up. I would say over here as well, just simply don't write this, would you write me a recommendation? Make it more personalized a little bit. Make some personal note in a way that you can make that person recall a time you guys work together on some project, let's say, on some job role, let's say. So that will help that person to recall your skills, your capabilities at the moment you guys work, and it will help him or her to write the recommendation for you. So again, a good way to ask out, a good way to initiate, that will be a win situation. Okay.
I'm not a bit
Um,
first a suggestion. If you can zoom in a bit in your screen so that we can see, because there are certain areas, okay, uh, visible.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, now.
looks fine. Looks fine.
Okay, fine. So the
but I have a
recommendation.
question.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Amna, is there any minimum or maximum recommendation you need to like highlight your profile, which is like actually visible to the any recruiter or any professionals?
Okay. So initially, I advise at least like good 5 to 6, 4 to 5, 4 to 6 good recommendations, genuine recommendations should be there on your LinkedIn. Genuine recommendations, because we as a human can sense the words. Words have the power. We can sense that how this recommendation write up is. Is it just maybe AI write up, or it's coming from something that you have prepared something specially for the one you want to recommend? So when I say genuine, means like this, that it should sense the realness in the recommendation. The numbers I told you, 4 to 6 maybe a good recommendation, more are always like better. So start with this.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so now let me share back the presentation and we continue from there. Okay. So yes, continuing from here, LinkedIn is effective because it is the best job search, networking, and business building platform. We all got to know right now so far. So moving on, steps to attract more prospective clients, recruiters, and opportunities on LinkedIn. So again, professional profile should be there, and adding towards professional profile photos. So after this session, let's say, try out working on your professional profile photos as well, because that really works wonders for my clients as well, because most of the clients had selfies on LinkedIn. And when we met, we start working on the program, when we start working on their profiles, the first thing we change the pictures, and it also helped them to start having the visibility from the good employers, industry people, not from people from here and there. You know what I mean? Like the relevancy start coming in. So try to have the professional profile photo, work on it. If you need any help, ask me any questions also after the session as well. Then identify prospects. So where you want to go, with whom you want to work. Let's say if you are a service provider, if you're a job seeker, what type of companies you are targeting. So when you think about target companies, you have to start searching those recruiters in those companies. So that's, again, you have to identify your prospects. Send a thank you note. So when you start any communication, or when you start to connect with someone, so it's always a good idea to add some note when you send a request to someone on LinkedIn. So, and in that note, try to appreciate first the contribution people are making or creating or contributing to LinkedIn or the network. That's a way to initiate a conversation, which really make familiar start as a human. Then you talk about what is your inquiry. Let's say if you are searching for a job, then you can inquire the job roles with that maybe recruiter or employer. That recruiter or employer will answer you yes, no, whatever it is. Okay, so that's again a way to start the conversation. Engage with them on shared LinkedIn groups, which is very important. So when you see some recruiters on different like group pages or different groups, you can engage there as well. Or basically, groups and pages are another way you can find more people in those company or in any specific region you are targeting. Consistency is the key. So you have to keep on practicing these pointers or techniques we are right now discussing. One day you apply one approach, the another day you take the plan B, C, and so on. So consistency, the continue effort really help you out to start maybe enjoying the process of using LinkedIn. because it's not a one-day journey. You learn everything about LinkedIn and start. It's a journey always. It's a process. You have to try to like absorb it daily, little by little, or step by step. Okay. So moving on. Okay. So create social blueprint for your career, which I have created. Like I've been working since like now many years and helping professionals more on the professional career aspirations of their life. So these are some of my clients I have attached over here. When we work together, we celebrate the wins as well. When there are successful stories, people get the job over here in UAE and different parts of like Gulf or maybe world. So, for example, these two professionals, the lady professionals, they got the job, they achieved the job from their home countries. Okay, that's like one Morocco and one from Pakistan, and we worked on all the similar techniques and strategies, and that really helped them to achieve their job. So that the thing or the point is the value of LinkedIn if you start using it more in a professional strategic manner. That helps us more. So yes, start talking, network genuinely. Building meaningful connections with diverse individuals really open up doors of your opportunities or individual, perspective. You start learning when you connect with people. And so far, by the time I've seen a huge, change that people are learning more to connect, which is so amazing. I'm so happy always that how we connect, how we grow on LinkedIn and are connecting in a way that it helps us to more collaborate. So a question, are you learning today? Any question or reflection you want to share? That's what I'm also sharing here, that your work is a reflection of your personal brand. It speaks for itself. So whatever right now we are learning in this session, and we will be learning. So, and when you start practicing these techniques or strategies, there will be a time that your work, your contribution will, of course, they are part of you, and people would start knowing you from those of your actions or contributions or skills. So that's the journey from LinkedIn. You can take it up and you start creating your personal brand. So any questions? What are your thoughts? Any feedback?
I think this is amazing, and we should focus on the question and answer part in the end so that we can just continue the pace.
Great. Okay, moving on, connect with 10 contacts in your industry. So after this session, a quick exercise you have to do, start doing it daily and set up some target. If you have right now 500 followers or 500 connections, let's say you have to build it more, 1,000, build it more. So 10 contacts from your industry, try to connect with them, try to talk to them, try to send a personal note, the way I mentioned that you have to connect with a personal tone, okay? And then start adding up more people from your industry, from your background, from your profession. Industry experts are there. Try to connect mentors, career coaches, try to connect with them, learn from them. So that's how you can start building your network as well. Okay, a quick difference between followers and connections that most of the people ask out, that who are followers or who are connections. So if you're connected with someone, you're connected with someone, okay? So you both parties can see all the activities on LinkedIn, what's going on, okay? And you can also send the messages to your connections. And if you're just following someone, means that you are only allowed to see the person's activities or posts. You're not directly engaging or like messaging. Connections are 30,000 connections is the limit right now LinkedIn provides, and followers are maximum, like maybe infinite. I don't know the exact number, but they can go beyond that. Connections are only like 30,000 so far up to now. How to find people, connect with them. This is very important, that where to find people. So again, on LinkedIn, you have to find out your colleagues, as I mentioned before, from your previous job. If you met someone at conference or any networking session, do connect with them on LinkedIn as well. So you can, of course, recall the moment you guys attended some workshop maybe, or any event maybe. And from there, you can take up the conversation, or maybe you can support each other on the job search or career enhancement, or maybe you can start working together, let's say, or collaborate. Current or former classmates, try to connect with them. Attended webinar, yes, the way I shared that, for example, right after this session, I welcome you all to connect with me on LinkedIn as well, and we can be a part of the LinkedIn network together, and then we can help us, support us, learn from each other. That's how you can find more people. Reaching out to the recruiter. This is so important, that how to reach out to the recruiters for your job search on LinkedIn. So yes, and LinkedIn can be used, of course, number one, to find out the recruiters for your job search. Okay, so a quick one I will share that if you are a job seeker at the moment, okay, or maybe you want to make a career transition or move, you start finding out the recruiter of your specific industry or sector you work, and then you start inquiring about the jobs. Not just you connect and forget, right? Start connecting with them and start inquiring about the job market, how it's going on. Just talk to people in a people manner, right? Not just send your resumes, not just send your cover letters in a very first message with the recruiters. I was working as a recruiter myself, okay? And when such messages, long messages story comes up, we don't have even time to read out. We have like more preference towards the personalized message, or maybe the people who are networking, or people who are mostly engaging in our post. So we as a human can try to recall, let's say. So to make things more work out for you, try this approach, okay? And that can be helpful. And of course, then there are some other pointers that LinkedIn can be used to create a network, to build your professional connections, to help each other by supporting work and services. How to connect with recruiters? Again, continuing with that, showcase your skills. So when you talk to some recruiter, again, don't just message about your long stories that from where did you start. Talk about your specific skills, what you're looking for, and what you have to offer, and then try to ask that, is there something matching for with my skills at the moment? Are you hiring something? That recruiter will say yes, no, maybe later, whatsoever the answer recruiter has. But at least we start the connecting way in this manner that it speaks to the direct, it makes a relevancy of the communication way or the message tone, right? When discussing about a role, let's say, if you're trying to target some role, align with your unique skills and the job description. So when you see something on LinkedIn, there are so many jobs, and when you're trying to reach out to people, so recall that recruiter with the job they have posted, and then talk about your skills. That will help your communication become more timely and efficient. Actually, start mentioning the role you are hunting, and then briefly highlighting how you have successfully utilized those key skills at your job. So that's how your communication can take to the next level with recruiters I'm talking about, and that can be so helpful for your job search. When crafting your LinkedIn profile, it's so important. Again, a quick recap that don't forget to showcase your key skills. It's the digital resume. You can maximize your actually opportunity to present yourself. Expand your reach, exchange ideas, means networking with people creates more opportunities for you to learn. Number one, open doors of opportunities. You can exchange ideas and thoughts about the job opportunity, job roles, hiring trends, recruitment, and so on. Job seekers must communicate, which is so important. Unless you communicate with someone, you cannot learn that what's going on, especially recruiters that I have discussed. Try to develop a rapport. Rapport building is so important. Don't try to be cold, the cold approach, sending the cover letters and resume and just waiting for the replies. So start communicating in a way that people can get interest in a simple message. Okay, a simple message with a little interest can make really difference, rather than sending a cold messages or a pitch for your profile. Bonus tip: create engaging content, especially for your LinkedIn. That helps you more get visibility. So there are ways of creating content, okay, and you can start posting some simple text form, which is all about your skills. Let's say talk about your skills, talk about a moment you use that skill on your job, let's say. Okay, you can use some pictures, you can use some recordings, you can upload your videos if you are a camera person. So these are the ways you can start start practicing step by step. So when I work with my clients, I first approach is we work on the text format post, then we go into the next level like pictures and videos and so on, researches. So that's a way. Every person is different. I will have to say over here, we don't have to judge anyone. Everyone has their own story. You have to be very comfortable in your own way, yet professional at the same time. But no, as a human, of course, it starts with the fear of rejection, fear of judgment, what people think. Oh, I'm not getting any likes or something. No, I would say just start from somewhere, because you have to someday. So don't wait too long. Give it a start. Yes, career tips, social media presence, active engagement, network. It helps you a lot on your LinkedIn journey, which I'm sharing. Quick premium features include, most of the people ask that, okay, Amna, if I make the LinkedIn premium, will I get the job? So I say no. LinkedIn premium doesn't give you the job. It gives you just the options or the opportunities, which you can see over here. So it will actually, so as a career coach, I advise all the job seekers, even the professionals, you can utilize LinkedIn without the premium feature as well if you try to practice on the techniques and strategies. But at the same time, if you want to have the premium feature, it's there in front of you, what it says. Kindly follow. I would appreciate that if you're over here after the session, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on LinkedIn and all other social media handles I will be sharing. Okay, yeah, quick new features are there also on LinkedIn, and more are upcoming. So you can check out these new features which I mentioned over here: the dark mode feature, top voice batch feature, creator mode, name pronunciation, highlight feature post, which is one of my favorite section. LinkedIn polls are there, and most of the feature I know that you guys know as well. Staying up to date on LinkedIn, build your brand. That's very, very, very important. I can't emphasize enough in this session that how to build your brand. It's a journey all the way that we are here to share with you. You can, of course, ask different questions. Know your value. First, you have to explore yourself in the process, that who you are. And then you have to see that what you are trying to share with your audience, with your network, with your people, with your community. And that really focus on your contribution. And then there is a win situation every time, that you are learning and people are learning from you. Okay, and start building a brand, which is all about on LinkedIn who you are. Up on it, you have to explore yourself, what you're trying to share with your audience, what value you're bringing out, what value you are sharing, what skills you're sharing, knowledge you're sharing, and at the same time, who are your audience? Are they only the job seekers? Then you have to just go with the tips and techniques. Are they industry people? You have to bring in a mix. So this is all what I was doing since I started my journey on LinkedIn since 2015 over here in UAE. And I started off with the HR journey because I'm also an HR professional. I was sharing HR knowledge, recruitment trends, UAE laws over here, recruitment laws over here. And then I started my career consultancy. So you guys can see a lot of like a mixed content of HR and career development coaching programs. So that's what my audience is. So you need to identify. It takes a little bit time. Of course, it's a journey, as I said, and that's how it goes. So just recently, I got an award as well from UK, the influential career coach. And over to you guys now. That's really, really important to stay up to date with the latest changes LinkedIn is bringing up. LinkedIn is evolving as we are also evolving. I appreciate everyone who joined this session and the presentation. So LinkedIn is constantly rolling out new features. And I also appreciate at the same time that ask yourself that if you want to grow in your careers, if you want to brand yourself, what changes you will bring to yourself first, and then see LinkedIn in that way. That will help you out. Thank you so much for being here. These are some of my clients and the services.
Thank you, Amna. It was very engaging, and I believe some of them actually learned a lot from you as well. And who were actually trying to ask questions, they can ask questions in the end of the session. And the knowledge sharing is always good. I believe even we, as a me, being an Asia professional using LinkedIn since 2012, was able to learn a lot from you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next participant or the speaker is if you can please introduce yourself according to that portfolio which you have to present. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
All right, cool. So let me just share my screen with you guys. I am gonna go and share the entire screen. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys can hear some background noise. Thing is that I am at my parents' place, and mashallah, we have like a lot of kids in the house. So if you hear lots of noise, I apologize. Guys,
That's
can you
okay.
see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
All right. Okay. So you see LinkedIn and its power. And
Yeah.
guys, I would really
Yes.
appreciate it that, Bilal shouldn't be the only one, responding to my questions. I really like to be interactive with my audience.
Yeah,
So
we
I would
can
be
see the
feeling
screen.
very, very lonely if you don't answer. Yeah. Cool. Do you guys see the muscle icon I put in there?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the most creative thing you will find on my presentation deck, because I couldn't make like a really creative presentation like Amna did, but I put in the muscle icon for you guys because it shows power. Okay, and I hope we all feel very powerful once I'm done with my presentation. All right, so here is me. Who am I? I am Izzah Zainab Siddiqui, and I'm basically an employer branding and employee experience consultant, but I'm also a corporate trainer on the side. But ये सब बकवास है, इसको छोड़ दें. असल में मैं कौन हूँ? I'm just a person who spends more time on LinkedIn than she spends time on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. And I think that is why I am where I am in my career. All right. And when Bilal first reached out to me and he said, we're building this platform and I feel like we can actually help people out with this. I literally hopped onto this opportunity. I was like, oh my God, I really, really need to be doing this, because if somebody had told me back when I was struggling with my career that LinkedIn could actually make this big of a difference, in my journey, I would have made that person my best friend, if not my coach. Right. So so I'm so glad that we're doing this. And honestly, I really don't want for this to be like a super duper teaching lecture session, So if you have anything you want to say, if you want to pitch in something, please be my guest. All right. Questions we'll do later on, Bilal. I got that point. Okay. All right. So guys, I'm just going to give you like a little bit of an intro, a bit of a story that I just want to really share with you guys, because I feel like that's going to add value to whatever I'm going to say afterwards. So please don't for a single second think that I'm just trying to make this all about myself. It's because this is going to actually add value to the impact LinkedIn will bring in your lives afterwards. So back in 2015, I, got done with my bachelor's and I started off with my career at HRS Global. I was an MTO, all right? And my career was going really good. Everything was on point. I had decided that I would get married in December, okay? I started my career in June, and I got married in December. So 6 महीने का career हुआ मेरा, और बड़ा ही कोई उम्दा career था, मगर 6 महीने का था. और यार आप लोग मेरी बात सुन रहे हैं ना, मुझे आप लोग नजर नहीं आ रहे. Now I know what Amna was saying. You guys can listen to me,
Yes,
right?
we can
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
listen to you.
Yes, we
We
can
are
listen to you.
equally energized
okay,
and
cool.
trying to focus.
But you cannot see us while you share the screen.
Yeah, I get it. That's Amna, right? I can't see you. It's kind of weird, but okay, I'm talking to myself. All right, never mind. So yeah, तो वो 6 महीने की मेरी जर्नी बहुत अच्छी थी, मगर मुझे नहीं पता था कि after my marriage I would not be able to continue with it. हुआ कुछ यूं कि I got married and then my husband had to go to the US for his masters. ठीक है, हमने सोचा था कि हम दोनों पढ़ेंगे साथ में, मगर जब उनका बाहर हो गया एडमिशन और मेरा नहीं हो सका, तो मैंने कहा चलो मैं पाकिस्तान में अप्लाई कर लेती हूँ. तो उनका प्लान हो गया बाहर जाने का, मेरा प्लान हो गया यहाँ पढ़ने का KSBL से. But like एक हफ्ता पहले, like when he was about to leave for the US, we found out that we were expecting, okay? And But he had to go because the fees was paid, everything was done for, so he had to go. So there was no way कि कुछ मैं रोक सकती थी. और जो मेरी पढ़ाई थी वो भी शुरू, बिकॉज मैंने भी फीस पे कर दी थी, तो KSBL मैंने शुरू तो किया, अपना MBA शुरू किया, बट लाइक लिटरली आफ्टर लाइक 2 semesters मेरे जो, because I got into my last trimester and I started having complications with my pregnancy, so I had to leave my MBA too. तो मतलब पहले जॉब छोड़ी, फिर पढ़ाई छोड़ी, और फिर मैं घर बैठ गई. ठीक है, अब imagine the kind of so I completely missed out on telling you that I was like a very very ambitious, highly energetic person. अभी अगर आपको मैं energetic लग रही हूँ तो उस वक्त तो पता नहीं मैं क्या चीज थी. ठीक है, तो मैं घर बैठी हुई, मैं अपनी अम्मी को कह रही, both my parents are doctors, and I was like, यार क्या फायदा हुआ इतना पढ़ाने लिखाने का, मैं क्या करूंगी आगे ना. तो they were like, don't be like this, you're a mother and you're giving birth and you should be happy. And I was happy, but I was just thinking कि क्या ऐसे नहीं हो सकता था कि मैं माँ भी बन जाती और मेरा करियर भी रहता और मेरी पढ़ाई भी हो जाती. ऐसे क्यों होना है कि मैं एक चीज हो सकती हूँ, right? And well, I had my baby, and for like 6 months, I didn't do anything. I was just being a mother. I was a solo parent, of course. But in 6 महीने बाद, I was like, यार बस हो गई, ठीक है. मतलब ठीक है, I love being a mom, but I have to have I'm more than a mom. Like मेरी और भी identity है. तो I was like, पैसा कमाना है यार, पैसा कहाँ से कमाऊँ? Okay. So उसके लिए I said, okay, Upwork जहन में आया, freelancer आया, and I started working on it because I was always good at writing. In my introduction, I told you guys कि कुछ सलाहियत तो होती हैं जो अल्लाह मियाँ ने आपको दी है, उसका आपकी जॉब से कोई लेना देना नहीं, वो आपके पास है. तो I was like, okay, let's just make use of that, and I started making good money. Okay, 2 years in, I was like, यार पैसे कमा रही हूँ, but मेरी कोई पहचान नहीं है. I was making really good money, more than I'm making right now, actually. But I was like, I was a ghost writer, I was a ghost content creator, ghost everything, right? So I was like, पहचान कैसे बनाई जाए? So that was when LinkedIn happened to me. Okay. By the way, I forgot changing my slide. I think, yeah. Anyways, so that's when LinkedIn happened to me. All right. And this just one day, I was like, yeah, एक second. I am writing so much for all these people and they love what I'm writing. Why don't I write for myself? All right. And what better platform to write on than on LinkedIn? Because ये वही जगह है जहाँ से मुझे गलती से जॉब भी मिल सकती है. Right? Because अब हादी बड़ा हो चुका था, और by the way उस वक्त तक मेरा second baby आदिल had come back, मेरे husband वापस आ गए थे, और फिर मेरे second baby भी हो गया था. हाँ, तो this was like दो ढाई साल बाद. तो खैर the first post that I wrote on LinkedIn, I remember reading it like 50 times. 50-60 times मैं पढ़ रही हूँ, और मैं आदिल मेरे जो हस्बैंड उनको पढ़ा रही हूँ, यार ये पढ़ो, ये सही है. It's like, यार just go with it, just post it, whatever you, अच्छा ही होगा. And जब I clicked post, so nobody, I didn't get any reaction. Like nobody liked it, nobody commented on it, and I was like, यार ये तुम्हारी गलती, तुमने मुझे गलत बताया था. But the fact of the matter was कि I had taken that first step. All right, I had taken the first step, and the best thing was that उससे पहले मैंने सब बोंगियां मार ली थी. मैंने HR भी देख लिया था, मैंने content भी देख लिया था, मैंने content marketing देख लिया था, मैंने so I had worked on some gamification content too. There's like story बहुत लंबी है, बहुत ज़्यादा और मजीद लंबी हो जाएगी, लेकिन LinkedIn का first post हो गया, ठीक है. Then I realized कि so I am just writing text and nobody is seeing my post. What if I add like a picture to it, right? And I did that, and I got 1 react or 2 reacts, right? So I was like, so people like pictures. So I was like, okay, अब picture लगा दी. अब मैं अपनी HR, because the first picture I posted, by the way, was of my face, because I was like, oh, New Year resolution, this is me and this is my resolution, whatever. I was like, yeah, okay, now let's just talk about something that's relevant to my field, and let's see what that is going to do. So I posted something about HR, and then like-minded people started commenting on it, because they were like, and those were like HR people. So I was like, okay, wait a second. LinkedIn is working with me. When I'm posting, somehow LinkedIn is interested in my post, and it's going to push it forward, and only the people who are interested in this post will be able to see it, and LinkedIn also knows those people. So I need to find this pattern. So I didn't know how the algorithm worked, but I started following the pattern only. And I kept posting, not because I wanted a job, to be honest. I was posting because I wanted to be seen. And अभी भी ये है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेरे पास जॉब अच्छी है, but I feel like the impact that I'm creating is why I'm, LinkedIn is just on my side now. Okay. So the first point, if I tell you, if there's anything that's important right now, is find your voice. Okay. अभी जिस तरफ हम लोग जा रहे हैं AI की तरफ, everything is getting so mechanized, everything is so robotic, and like Amna so beautifully said कि आप जब कुछ बात करो, कुछ personalized बात करो, तो वो जो personalized बात करने लोग कहते हैं यार वो कैसे करें ना, वो भी तो बता दें, अगर हम लिखने में अच्छे नहीं हैं तो हमने क्या बात करनी, हमने ये पूछना आपने आज रात को खाने में क्या खाना है, like personalize कैसे करें. तो personalize, you find your voice, if there is a certain way you talk to your friend or to your boss, or there is a certain way you just, कुछ लोग होते हैं वो बात करते हुए बहुत ज्यादा लेते हैं, तो जब लिखते हैं तो उनकी राइटिंग में नजर आता है कि वो डॉट कॉमर्स लगा रहे होंगे, बट दैट इज वेयर दे उनकी ऑथेंटिसिटी पता चलती है, and the same way on LinkedIn, when you find your voice and you start posting like that, people just, they remember you with that authenticity. अच्छा ये इज़ा ने लिखा है, या ये बिलाल ने लिखा है, right? So they resonate with you. अच्छा, I know, I feel like, I'm at this point, I'm just so energetic, and I feel like I want to share so much with you guys, but I also want to stay like aware of the
A bit self-obsessed as well.
Self-obsessed. So yeah, dekho, okay, one more thing, guys. If you are, embarking on this journey of personal branding and you don't love yourself, then you take a break and you first ask yourself why you don't love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. Okay. So, like Amna also said that you need to sit down with yourself and you need to ask yourself who you are. And please don't go into that existential crisis spiral where you're like, okay, mera purpose kya hai wo? Don't ask yourself your purpose. Ask yourself, what are your, the redundant question, what are your strengths, right? What are your weaknesses? What are you good at? What do you love? If you can't answer for yourself कि यार मैं कौन हूँ, तो मुझे क्या पसंद है, is the next easiest question to ask yourself, and if you start talking about it too much, then people start understanding you like that. They remember you like that, right? Because like if I say employer branding, so people know कि यार इज़ा ने तो ये banner पकड़ा है employer branding का, so जब the next time someone says employer branding, they're like, oh, इज़ा, the recall is there, right? So what do you like? Ask yourself what do you like, and then start talking about that. Okay, so like I said, I wasn't in it for the job, right? But I understand that LinkedIn is a great way to get the best job in the world. All right. So while I'm not trying to take that credit away from LinkedIn, I do believe that there has to be an element of having a bigger purpose, कि आप एक community का part हो. LinkedIn is a community. If you say कि यार मेरे LinkedIn से ना कुछ हासिल करना है, तो for some reason it's just, I feel like it's not going to work out. Even if it does, you're not getting the best out of LinkedIn then. Really, that's your goal, to get a job. That's it. You could be doing so much more. Amna was talking about you're building connections, right? I would go even a step further and say it's not about connections. It's about relationships, having that sort of bond with people that they're like, yaar, isne keh diya na, to sahi ka hoga. Right? Imagine having that sort of impact, right? So jab aap kisi interview mein jaoge, to of course that person is going to be like, oh, I've seen your post, and yeah, that person is not going to be asking you the questions that wo baki candidates se pooch raha hoga. theek hai? So people will, what have I written? People begin to endorse like your skills, not just your character, right? So staying true to yourself is, is a given. Yeah, very, very, very important. That personal branding, जो ना लोग आपने देखा होगा आजकल लोग अपनी सेल्फी लगा रहे हैं LinkedIn पे, लोग गाड़ी में जा रहे हैं पिक्चर लगा रहे हैं, like literally everything. They're having a cup of coffee and then they have to post a picture on LinkedIn. So that, if you are doing that and you are writing a post that is somehow relevant to what you have posted and is adding value to other people's lives, great, do it. Otherwise, don't do that. It takes the purpose out of it. All right. So Anna has already talked about, and she has given some, stellar insights on how to make your LinkedIn profile good. So I'm not going to get into too much detail, but I'll just tell you this thing, that for your profile photo, आजकल एक नया trend चल रहा है, which I really like, and it's very easy to do, that take a straight picture of your face with the like a really confident smile, and when you smile, also smile with your eyes, just don't smile with your mouth because it's very inauthentic, right? So just really smile and have a very confident look, and then have like a cutout of your, of yourself, and have a different color background, a plain color background. It really works. It looks professional, it looks nice. And if you have like a dark color background, then you might want to have like a black and white picture of yourself. The cutout should be black and white. And if it's like a light color background, then you in color is fine too. Okay. Acha, headline, I don't know if so headline should be like, of course, it should be crisp. It should be about who you are in your workplace and not what you are. So per se, if you are an HR manager, that should not be your headline. Okay. That's not who you are. It's what you are. Who you are is the impact you're bringing in. So per se, if I'm an HR manager, I might want to say creating healthy workplaces, creating conducive work environments, So I'll talk about the impact I'm making rather than just saying what I am as what my designation says, right? The cover photo, somebody was asking that before too, and Bilal, please go ahead and answer this question as well. But I would like to just add this point that please, for your cover photo, do not put your name on your cover photo. Do not put another picture on your cover photo unless it's a scenic, beautiful picture that people would like to look at. But if it's your profile picture and then you in the cover photo, it's like मैं हूँ और मेरे साथ भी मैं हूँ, and that's not what you would want to do.
Much of you हो जाएगा.
ज्यादा हो जाएगा ना, फिर देखो वो मेरे से भी ज्यादा सेल्फ ऑब्सेस्ड लगेगा, तो वो नहीं करना, ठीक है? अच्छा, experience section में when you talk about your designation, उसके नीचे please do talk about what you're doing in this organization, and don't make it like your job description. It should be again about the impact you're bringing. So if you're in sales, instead of saying look after the sales of the quarterly sales, or no, talk about how much of sales have you been able to achieve so far. What आपने क्या मार्का मारा है? Talk about that.
Statistics.
Stats, yeah, absolutely. People love, by the way, people hate numbers because they don't like, being asked in numbers, but they love reading numbers. Oh, acha, 200%, 300%. So yeah, do that. Acha, ये बहुत important है. पांचवा वाला point मेरे लिए भी है. ठीक है? Be creative, but not too creative. Every single time I have tried to overdo with creativity, people have disliked it. Okay, and I think it's because of AI कि अब हम लोग ज़्यादा creative हो सकते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा creative हो सकते हैं. तो story telling जब करना शुरू करें ना, तो उस पर थोड़ा धीमा हाथ रखें, because people are not gonna, like, they are not on LinkedIn to hear your stories. They want some takeaway. So if there is a takeaway, it should be right at the top, and then some story, then some takeaway. Then it has to be wisely done. Okay. Okay. Guys, I don't have much slides, so probably this is like the third or second last slide. I don't know. You guys maybe can see. So consistency की जब बात होती है ना, there are people out there who would post like 5 times a week. That's not what consistency means. आप अगर एक हफ्ते में एक बार भी कर रहे हैं, या आप 2 हफ्ते में एक बार post कर रहे हैं, but you're still consistently talking about something that is important in your field or something that is important to you, you are consistent. Okay, so consistency means giving certain value to a certain subject after every interval, right? So then people can trust you with that topic. That is what a consistency basically is. Engage with others. When you engage with others, don't just try and engage in their inboxes, and don't just try to engage on your comment section, but actually unki post ke niche jaake meaningful comments kare. Okay, I see a lot of people who are so narcissistic that they'll just talk about themselves, but when it comes to other people's achievements. Even if they write something, it'll be like, congratulations, well done. Oh, hello, write something personal, like it should show that you are actually impressed of that person. Na ye to nahi lage ki aapne bas kisi ne aapse zabardasti rakhwaya. Okay, this is very important, guys. Acha, show your work creatively. I think Amna has also talked about that, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. But the fourth point, how many of you, okay, actually, how many times do we see this, open to work tag on people's profiles? It is a big, big no. Don't don't do that, okay? Because recruiters, while LinkedIn is going to help you, your profile, get the reach, it's actually doing you more harm than good, because it's making you look a bit needy, and you don't want that. Personal branding is the literally opposite approach towards what you are doing. So what you can do as opposed to doing that is, आजकल बहुत ही अच्छी websites आ गई जिसमें आप edit कर सकते हो अपने badges खुद से, ठीक है? So just Google those websites, make a badge for yourself, and write something like powerful, like, I don't know, I have the talent, but do you have something in return? I don't know. You'll come up with something. Use AI, use ChatGPT, but have like a really classy, charming tagline for yourself, and then put that on that tag of open to work ki jagah pe wo lagao. Change the color. Instead of going with purple or green, come up with your own color, okay? And then how to make that like a thing, post that as a post, and make it like a witty post for yourself, where you are showcasing your strength, and people are going to love it. I tell you, they're going to love it. And that's how you actually get viral too. Okay. So work with that. We've talked about this importance of, I've talked about commenting and thoughtful engagement and building a community. So this is all basically, guys, but, to tell you the truth, if there's one thing that I can share with you right now, which will really help you, is don't make ChatGPT the villain in the story. ChatGPT can actually really, really, really help you. AI can really help you, but only if you're using it the right way. Okay? So the prompts are very, very important. What I do is I'm always talking to my ChatGPT. My ChatGPT knows me inside and out. So if I die, I hope nobody uses my ChatGPT, because it knows me inside and out. So just talk to it. It'll have all the nuances. When you are doing a voice recording with ChatGPT, उसके अंदर बहुत nuances आ जाते हैं. वो अपने अंदर store कर लेता है, और next time आपकी जो voice है ना, आप जिस तरह बोल रहे हो, वो उसी तरह का text आपके लिए लिखेगा. Okay, so then people are like, okay, this is authentic, right? And it is authentic. It is you, right? So it's going to make your social media calendar. It's going to make your post. It's going to tell you what to post, what is coming, koi event aa raha hai jo relevant hai. Just start using it if you're not on it. And with that, I think I should stop sharing my screen and look at your faces. Are you guys still with me?
Yay, back here.
Yep. Thank you.
Hi,
you.
guys.
It was again very, very engaging, and I believe a lot of people can relate to it as well. And how you were actually explaining it to us, मेरे ख्याल से उससे भी बहुत ज़्यादा value add होती है.
Thank you.
Again, I would not waste any single minute to take it, because सात से पहले we have to conclude it, and I would be again trying to cover up the areas I wanted to cover, and more or less you and Amna did the main work. I just have to do the garnishing, and then we can just go back to the question and answers session. मेरे ख्याल से again, majority of the areas you have covered are exceptionally important, and people should be focused on these areas. And we need to understand, again, like if we talk about LinkedIn only, or if we talk about AI only, these are the tools which are again going to help us in the longer run. And as we see that when we start sowing new seeds, it takes some time to grow and start building as a plant, and then a tree, and then start giving you fruit. Same is the case with LinkedIn, I believe. That it's not just going to be the one fine day you will see that, okay, I start posting, and after 10 or 100 posts, somebody is going to reach out to you. You have to build a paradigm or the thought process, or people have to understand you as a profession. And if you have a dynamic specific area, which we can say, like if you have QA, so But there are so many new trends which are going in QA, and you can explore and understand, see, write, and then use that in your favor as well. But side by side, what you do is that you get in touch with hardcore professionals who are again from your field. Either you learn from them, or when you interact with them, they get to know that, oh, this person was already interacting with me and we have an opportunity, and they try to engage with you as well. So it's not just specifically a recruiter thing to focus on. But if you talk about as an active candidates and the passive candidates, there are like two people. एक वो लोग जो actively अपनी job search कर रहे होते हैं, जिस तरह open to work वाले लोग हैं. So उनके लिए तो again, as I said, that we should not be mentioning it. जिस तरह गाड़ियों के बीच हम we see it के for sale, so automatically आप उसकी price range अपने दिमाग में थोड़ी कम रखते हैं कि और the person is focused कि ये बेचना चाह रहे तो मैं इसको कम offer भी दूंगा, हो सकता है ये deliberate. Same is the case with resources. And if you value yourself, you have to market yourself with the best possible manner. I normally tell people that if you are working with some organization, that you're selling them your hours and you're paying for those hours. So if you evaluate yourself as a 1 hour resource, you have to understand that how good you should be selling it. One. Second thing is, again, relating to LinkedIn, building a profile is not just, again, one single day's activity. You have to keep on doing it. Like if we talk about a pencil, every time we write from that pencil, after 2-3 pages, we normally sharp. If you used to have it in your schools, so हम उसको continuously sharp करते रहते हैं. Same is the case with your profile. So again, when we talked about the headline, it has to be very crisp, but it should be showcasing not just one specific area. It's like if I show my website or my LinkedIn profile, again, it is not that 100% exceptional, but it is comparatively better than many. Just give me a second. Here does it. So let me know when you can see the screen.
Yes.
Great. So as we talked about the connections, I have 30,000 connections. So followers आपके उसके बाद automatically बढ़ना शुरू हो जाते हैं. So exactly as I see or we can see it, purely it depends that आपके पास professionals हैं कौन से. And again, I would like to ask Amna and Iza later on that what is the way or what do you think is the best way to disconnect yourself from people who are not relevant to your profile, or some of them are again not active as well. So we actually miss out some of the interesting or important people because we are already reaching to that limit of 30,000 connections. Every time I have to add someone, I have to remove someone from the list so that I can add someone as well. Same is the case with connection. But if you see this tagline of my profile, you will see that there are multiple areas which actually devise the scope of my work and the specialities I have. इसी तरह if you talk about जैसा अभी आमना बात कर रही थी कि हमारी जो featured areas हैं, तो there are certain posts जिनकी reach आपकी already बढ़ चुकी होती है. You can always bring those posts here so that people can start interacting with them. And when you interact with them, आप उनको thank you बोलने के बाद you can go and see their profile as well so that you get to know that वो क्या लिख रहे हैं. And अगर आपसे related है तो आप उस पे exactly just as Iza said कि आपको personalized comment जरूर करना जरूरी होता है. इसके अलावा बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट है जो कि मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. So this shows that कितने लोगों ने आपकी पोस्ट का इंप्रेशन लिया, कितने लोगों ने आपकी पोस्ट व्यू की, एंड कितने लोगों की सर्च में आप शो हो रहे हैं, वो भी यहाँ शो कर रहा होता है. एंड साथ साथ ये भी कि कितने लोग रेगुलरली आपकी पोस्ट प्रोफाइल व्यू कर रहे होते हैं. सो ये सर्च जो है ये बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्टिव होती है अगर आप बात कर रहे हो अपनी प्रोफाइल के बारे में कि व्हेन यू स्टार्ट ऑप्टिमाइजिंग व्हाट यू राइट इन योर कंटेंट. जो बॉडी है आपकी या जो आपकी जेडी का पार्ट है, जिस तरह ने कहा कि आप स्पेसिफिक जेडी को कॉपी नहीं करते. LinkedIn, I believe as a person, it's a sachet of a product you have in yourself. So if you want to give a sample, do you think that it should be just like a copy paste, or it should have a personalized impact on the person who's again reviewing it. So बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होंगी जो आप अपनी JD CV में नहीं लिख सकते, लेकिन you can showcase here, or the things you are working on or the things you're learning in, वो भी चीजें आप अपने अंदर इस पे यूज कर सकते हो. Same if you come back to the view part, there are certain people जिनको आप view कर सकते हैं कि जिन्होंने आपकी profile view की थी. Or then if you think that they are good for your future, your reference, तो फिर आप you can add them as well. तो आप you can keep on scrolling and you get to know that okay, ये चीज improve हो रही. The main thing would be, अगर आप अपनी LinkedIn पे जाते हैं और आप इस search को optimize कर लेते हैं, तो you will see that you'll start getting more connections list requests as well. Along with this, recruiters भी reach out कर रहे होते हैं. So अब जब हम ChatGPT को यूज करते हैं तो हम उसको कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं? The best thing is to understand prompt engineering, जो कि एक बहुत क्रिटिकल पार्ट है हमारे. जिस तरह इज़ा ने कहा कि उनका ChatGPT उनको पूरा जानता है, शायद I can vouch for the same thing as well, that if you'll talk to my ChatGPT, वो शायद मेरी बहुत सारी details specifically. In fact, funny was that I keep on focusing on total reward of the employees. And one single day I thought of telling ChatGPT that agar start roasting me for something. And the first comment gave was like, you're thinking of the community more than you think about yourself. And the other part was that you focus on your employee benefits that much that you want to give them an experience that they're not working for an organization, they're on a resort, and you being an hospitality manager is trying to facilitate them. So again, telling me about all these things was something funny for me as well. And on the other side, it gave me the impression that how ChatGPT is recording whatever I'm trying to talk about. आप understand करना है आपने कि recruiter क्या चाहता है आपसे या जिससे आप कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं. So that audience, जब आप उसको अंडरस्टैंड शुरू करते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली आप अपनी प्रोफाइल को उसी तरह इंप्रूव करने लग जाते हैं. एंड आई थिंक दिस इज द मेन एरिया जहाँ पे ज्यादातर लोग लैक करते हैं. हम हर चीज को अपने नजरिए के हिसाब से देखते हैं, बट इंटरेस्टिंगली लिंक्डइन आपको एक और भी व्यू देता है जिसके अंदर लिंक्डइन आपको दिखाता है कि आपकी प्रोफाइल बाकियों को कैसे नजर आती है. वो आप जाके देख सकते हैं और उसको फिर इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं कि क्या अगर मैं किसी को शॉर्टलिस्ट कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे इस तरह का बंदा देखना है या मुझे उस तरह की प्रोफाइल देखनी है. सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ मी मेकिंग श्योर दैट आप सीखें प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग, just go and write it on ChatGPT that being an recruiter in specific area, expert tech recruiter, and evaluate my profile and share your link. और वो आपको पूरी चीजों की डिटेल्स बता देगा. एग्जैक्टली टाइम शॉर्ट है, बहुत ज्यादा जल्दी ये हो सकता है आपके लिए. इसी तरह अगर आप अपनी कोई जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन का क्रक्स लिखना चाहते हैं तो उसको बताएं कि being a tech recruiter, evaluate my JD and use specific jargons which are being used by in the international market or the recruiters normally use as in specific profiles to search. So automatically जब वो incorporate करेगा आपकी search history के अंदर आपकी availability बढ़ जाएगी जिससे आपकी profile optimization हो जाती है. तीसरी चीज जो important है, जब आप कोई views देखें तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद आप बहुत ज्यादा पोस्ट करते हैं तब भी आप redundant हो जाते हैं, और आप कम पोस्ट करते हैं तब भी. लेकिन अगर आप comments को focus करें तो every time you scroll it, आपको 2-3-4 पोस्ट के बाद कोई रेलेवेंट पोस्ट मिल जाती है जिसके अंदर आप 2-3 सेकंड का कुछ लिख सकते हैं. सो अनदर हैक इज Grammarly gives you a free tool जो कि आपके चैट के साथ अपने कीबोर्ड में ऐड कर सकते हैं. एंड whenever you have to write something, you write 2-3 words, 4 words and go and tap and tell him कि इसको ऑप्टिमाइज कर दो. तो आपसे पूछते हैं अप्रिशिएटिव लिखूं, कंस्ट्रक्टिव लिखूं, अपॉलोजेटिक लिखूं, बट it gives you that context जो you want to post. And when you post it on or write it as a comment on somebody's profile, people do come back and see your profile कि ऐसा क्या हो गया, मतलब मैंने इतना इंप्रेस होकर नहीं लिखा था जितना इसने कमेंट किया. एंड देन दे कम बैक ऑन योर प्रोफाइल एंड सी. सो ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी जो प्रोफाइल सर्च है वो बढ़ जाती है. द होल आइडिया ऑफ कनेक्टिंग एंड रेजोनेटिंग विद लाइक-माइंडेड पीपल इज टू गो एंड बी द पार्ट ऑफ द बिगर सी, जो कि हमारे लिए अभी करंटली अवेलेबल नहीं होता. जितनी आपकी सर्च ऑप्टिमाइजेशन हो जाती है, जितनी आपकी प्रोफाइल में लोगों की अवेलेबिलिटी ज्यादा हो जाती है, उतना ही आपकी प्रोफाइल लोगों को शो भी ज्यादा होने लगती है. सो दे आर सर्टेन पीपल जो शायद आपको सर्च नहीं कर रहे होंगे, बट वो किसी की फीड की वजह से आपको कनेक्ट नजर आने लग जाती है. सो जस्ट डोंट फोकस ऑन एरियाज जहाँ पे आपको लगता है कि रेलेवेंट लोग नहीं है, मत ऐड करें. या मैं बहुत सिलेक्टिव होता हूँ जब लोगों को ऐड कर रहा होता हूँ, बट देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट it has to be a mix of population. You cannot just be tech savvy and you cannot just be in one specific area, because आपको recruiters की भी जरूरत है, आपको hiring managers की भी जरूरत है, आपको you have to have a blend of resources like a dish we create at home, जिसके अंदर नमक भी होना चाहिए, आलू भी होने चाहिए, तो थोड़े थोड़े सब होने चाहिए, so that this is how your profile is going to be a balanced profile. Coming back to the point जहाँ पे cover photo की बात होती है, इज़ा ने भी already कहा कि हम cover photo में picture ना ऐड करें, but मुझे लगता है कि मैंने जितने लोगों की प्रोफाइल देखी है उसके अंदर अगर आप अपने प्रोफेशन को शोकेस कर सकते हैं ना in a graphical way, that is great. My personal cover photo is not that great, but again I recently explored and I tried कि मैं इसको चैट जीपीटी से रिकंस्ट्रक्ट करूं, इसलिए मैंने कुछ इस तरह की बनाई जिसके अंदर इट शोज दैट आई एम सीनियर एचआर लीडर, एंड देन देयर आर एरियाज जो कि शायद मेरी प्रोफाइल में डायरेक्टली नजर नहीं आते, लेकिन वो मेरे जॉब का पार्ट है या मेरे प्रोफेशन की मेन इंटरेस्ट का पार्ट है. Same is the case. If I have a passion about philanthropy, I have added here it in my tagline that there are certain jobs जिसके अंदर ये ही area help करता है या content में मेरी ability को बढ़ा देगा कि okay, I have a knack for CSR, and being an head of HR, I would be willing to work for CSR as well. So there can be an organization like UN or some other NGOs would be looking for a person who's in HR, but उसका hardcore HR के साथ साथ किसी और चीज में भी इंटरेस्ट हो, तो ये मल्टी डायमेंशनल पर्सनालिटी या प्रोफाइल शो करता है जो कि आपको हेल्प करता है. डोंट बी वेरी वेरी डाइवर्स, वरना फिर आपको वो कहते हैं कि आप 2-3 कश्तियों के सवार हो जाते हैं, बट इट हैज टू बी देयर. अगर हम जॉब से बाहर आ जाते हैं, जो कि 2-3 चीजें मुझे लगती है कि लिंक्डइन से हटके हैं, वो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ. प्रीमियम अकाउंट के अलावा भी आपके पास ऑप्शंस हैं कि आप उसको यूज करने के लिए टैक्टिक्स यूज कर सकें. सो जस्ट गूगल इट, और चैट जीपीटी से भी आप टैक्टिक्स ले सकते हैं, बट अपनी प्रोफाइल को कीप ऑन रीबिल्डिंग इट. एवरी टाइम यू ट्राई टू रीशेप इट, आपके लिए वो यूजफुल होता है, आपकी सर्च ऑप्टिमाइजेशन हो जाती है. बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट कि आपकी जॉब हो गई, सो बीइंग इन एचआर आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर नॉट इवन नेगोशिएटिंग. कि आपको 1 लाख रुपए की आपने ऑफर की थी, आपने 1 लाख रुपए की जॉब को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया विदाउट इवन negotiating. हो सकता है कंपनीज या जो हायरिंग मैनेजर्स हैं उनका बजट इससे ज्यादा हो, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज ट्राई टू हैव द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ इट. उसके लिए नेगोशिएट करना कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होता. अगर वो आपको कहते हैं कि नहीं हमारा बजट यही है, यू कैन टेक अ यू टर्न एंड यू कैन जस्ट जॉइन दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. बट इफ यू थिंक दैट यू मिस्ड इट एंड लेटर ऑन यू विल गेट टू नो दैट मैं अगर नेगोशिएट करता तो शायद मैं 1.5 लाख पे जॉब फाइनलाइज कर लेता, तो वो dissatisfaction will lead to a bigger dissatisfaction, and it might let you make sure that you leave the organization later on. So focus करें कि आप अपने टाइम को बेच रहे हैं, और उसके लिए how good you are negotiating. हम normally when we buy something from the market, we don't just buy it randomly. Even we have to buy it for 100 rupees or 200 rupees. We ask के कुछ रियायत कर लो. इसी तरह when we are selling our time, make sure that you negotiate. Third thing, which is again very common. मैं भी रिसेंटली इज़ा से भी उस दिन बात कर रहा था, तो बता रहा था कि एज अ रिक्रूटर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेंड मी देयर प्रोफाइल सीवीज, बट उसके सीवी का नाम क्या होता है? सीवी, रेज्यूमे, और समटाइम्स इट्स लाइक अपडेटेड सीवी और अपडेटेड रेज्यूमे. पॉइंट ये है कि जिस तरह लिंक्डइन के ऊपर आपकी ये टैगलाइन शो करती है कि आपकी प्रोफाइल क्या है, इसी तरह whenever you have to send it to someone, your CV should say that Bilal Kazmi -HR professional 14 years. तो इससे एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो जाएगी, एंड समबडी विल नॉट रिक्रूट मी बिकॉज वो जूनियर प्रोफाइल देख रहे हैं. गुड फॉर मी, बट I just want to make their life easier. So when you start thinking in that context that you have to help people, it gets easier for people to either shortlist you and less time is consumed, or they waste their time and your time as well. So आपके लिए भी आसानी तभी होती है जब आप किसी और के लिए आसानी करते हैं. अभी भी जो हम ये काम कर रहे हैं इसमें we are trying to create a situation where we can help you, and eventually you can help someone else as well, or you can help yourself. Same is the case when you think in this manner where you are empathizing as a recruiter or as a hiring manager or as a person who wants to grow and learn from you, and he wants to take you as a mentor. You have to understand that क्या आपकी प्रोफाइल as a mentor नजर आ रही है, या आप एज ए स्किल सेट अपने आप को 100% शोकेस कर पा रहे हैं. आप खुद से सेटिस्फाइड होंगे तो यू कैन एक्चुअली बी कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट इट, एंड बीइंग कॉन्फिडेंट इज द की थ्रू आउट. सो अगर आपकी प्रोफाइल में हल्का सा भी उसको एक फीलर आता है कि वो थोड़ी सी कॉन्फिडेंट प्रोफाइल नहीं लगती, पीपल डोंट कंसिडर दोस प्रोफाइल्स एज वेल. सो आपकी वर्ड्स, आपकी हर वो चीज सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में आनी चाहिए, लगना चाहिए कि इट्स अ प्रोफाइल व्हिच इज एक्चुअली कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग द जॉब रोल. एंड जब बहुत दफा हम अपने डिटेल ओरिएंटेड उस चीज को नहीं अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे होते, तो व्हाट यू कैन यूज इज कि आप मल्टीपल सेम टाइटल की बहुत सारी प्रोफाइल्स ओपन करें एंड उनकी बहुत सारे कंटेंट को कॉपी करें एंड चैट जीपीटी को दे दें और उसको बताएं कि मुझे इसके 10 बुलेट्स बना दे, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपको वो क्रक्स दे देगा। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके पास इतना टाइम नहीं है, या आपके पास बिजनेस एक्यूमेन इतना नहीं है, या यू नॉट दैट गुड लाइक इजा कि आप अपना कंटेंट खुद लिख सकें, तो यू कैन यूज इट, बट उसको अंडरस्टैंड जरूर करें, बिकॉज व्हेन यू हैव टू कन्विंस और टेल समवन, बहुत दफा ऐसा होता है कि हमारे पास वो वर्बिश नहीं होते, बट हम वो काम कर रहे होते हैं। When I train resources in HR, I normally tell them that you are doing a lot of work, but when you have to show it in your CV, you don't show it that way कि आप क्या काम करते हैं। So जब आपसे इंटरव्यू में भी पूछा जाता है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल कुछ भी एक स्पेसिफिक डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सो द जूनियर रिसोर्स इन HR कैन बी लाइक, वो मुझे नहीं पता क्या होता है। हार्डकोर डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट इज मेंटेनिंग एम्प्लॉइज डेटा, जो कि हम रेगुलरली कर रहे होते हैं। HR के कोई भी बंदा ऐसा नहीं होता जो डेटाबेस के ऊपर काम ना करता, बट हम क्योंकि इसको टेक्निकली देख रहे होते हैं तो हमारे लिए लगता है कि ये शायद हमारे लिए चैलेंजिंग होगा, या हमने इस पर कभी काम नहीं किया। तो वो टर्मिनोलॉजीज अपनी फील्ड की और अपडेटेड टर्मिनोलॉजीज सीखना बहुत जरूरी है, जो कि आपको अपनी प्रोफाइल में भी हेल्प करती है एंड एज अ प्रोफेशन भी आपको हेल्प कर रही होती है। एंड लास्ट थिंग इज समथिंग व्हिच इज अगेन रिलेटेड टू योर पैशन प्योरली। जिस तरह लिंक्डइन का ही हम यूज कर रहे हैं, तो लिंक्डइन and rest of the portfolios. So I have an Instagram account, then I have a LinkedIn account and other platforms as well. So जरूरी नहीं है कि सब एक दूसरे के साथ interconnected हो. So you have a population जो आपको Insta पे follow करती है, but उनको शायद, since मेरे साथ बहुत दफा होता है, a lot of people think I am a philanthropist and I work for an NGO. That's it. Then some of them think I am a singer. And on the other side, some of them have a understanding that I am an HR professional. So आपका अलग-अलग बहुत सारे areas में होता है। इसका भी बहुत ज्यादा फायदा इस तरह होता है कि when you as a person think of yourself, you see that you have a man of many or women of many talents, which is good, which is actually something which gives you a confidence within yourself that आप एक प्रोफेशन में फंसे हुए नहीं है, आप अपने फ्री टाइम में कुछ और भी करते हैं, जो कि आपको मौका देता है to be creative, to explore new horizons and to understand that dynamics किस तरह चेंज हो रहे हैं। So मेरे हिसाब से बहुत सारी चीजें हमने ऑलरेडी कवर की है और हमने मेजॉरिटी एरियाज को टच करने की कोशिश किया, लेकिन आज का जो मेरा मेन फोकस था वो चैट जीपीटी या एआई को यूज करना था। एंड देयर आर सो मेनी टूल्स हमने अभी तक अगर यूज नहीं किए, स्टार्ट यूजिंग इट एंड थिंक और राइट इट इन अ वे जिससे आपको चैट जीपीटी को कन्विंस करना आसान हो जाए। चैट जीपीटी विल इवेंचुअली गिव यू द राइट आंसर, बट उससे पहले आपको उसको एज अ स्टूडेंट और एज अ किड एक्सप्लेन करना होता है कि आप उससे चाहते क्या है। पीपल हु आर एक्चुअली यूजिंग इट एज इन द फर्स्ट टाइम, उनके लिए जरूरी है कि वो इसको 2-3 दफा लिखने के बाद से पूछें कि व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड आउट ऑफ व्हाट आई एम राइटिंग, तो आपको एक्सप्लेन करेगा कि आप कहना क्या चाहते हैं। एंड इफ इट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू वांट, देन यू कैन परस्यू विद योर। तो इसकी इवन चैट प्रॉम्प्ट्स मैं आपको दे दूंगा, लेकिन उससे भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि यू स्टार्ट लर्निंग चैट जीपीटी एंड द प्रॉम्प्ट्स एज वेल, कि उसको कैसे इंजीनियर करना है। और अगर आप बहुत दफा उसको एक दो चीजों के बाद इंजीनियर कर लेते हैं, तो यू विल सी दैट इट्स वेरी सिंपल एंड ईजी। इतना डिफिकल्ट है नहीं जितना हम उसको शायद करने वाले होते हैं। And same is the case, somebody said recently about business that it's just that breakthrough जो या start होता है, जो हमने लेना होता है, and once done तो हमें लगता है it was peanuts, it wasn't that big thing, but हम शुरू में फंसे हुए होते हैं, हमें उलझन होती है कि हम करेंगे पता नहीं, and the fear of failure is something that is stopping us continuously. आज के लिए भी इस सेशन के लिए again honestly if I tell you, I was fearful because I was thinking कि शायद कोई भी join नहीं करेगा, and I was continuously motivating Iza to be there कि आप कर लेंगी, and मैं आमना को बता रहा था, but deep down in my head it was there that what if nobody shows up, and मैं पहले बैठा हुआ पहले दुआएं भी कर रहा था, but point is that I had to start, and for me it is very motivating that all of you were here, and thank you very much for being here and listening what I wanted to say or Iza and Amna were saying. We can come back to the points where you can ask questions. We'll try to be very short and crisp, so that we can just give you the tips and tricks so that you can grow. And we are all here as well on LinkedIn. अगर आप connect करना चाहते हैं, there's a WhatsApp group as well जिसको आप join कर सकते हैं through a invite. और उसके अलावा अगर आप कोई सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं तो before 7 we can have that question and answer sessions. Thank you.
Yes, Kamran wants to ask something. No, I think Ikram.
Yeah. Chikram.
Assalamu alaikum Bilal, assalamu alaikum Amna, and assalamu alaikum Iza.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum
First of all,
assalam.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू वेरी मच जी, आपने ये इनिशिएटिव लिया। मेरा नाम मोहम्मद इकराम है, मैं आईसीएमए का मेंबर हूँ और एसीसीए का, और आईसीएम में यूई चैप्टर का चेयरमैन भी हूँ यहाँ पे। लास्ट टाइम मैं एक जस्ट ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड, ये मैं आपसे लिंक्डइन के हवाले से, मेरा एक सेशन हुआ आईसीएम में इस्लामाबाद में जॉब सीकर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। तो बिलीव मी कि आपको बहुत से इस तरह के क्वेश्चन मिलते हैं कि वहाँ के लोगों के पास, मैं किसी को पिन पॉइंट नहीं करना चाह रहा, लेकिन ये रियलिटी है कि हमारे मोबाइल्स में टिकटॉक या ये दूसरी ऐप्स ज़्यादा हैं एज कम्पेयर टू लिंक्डइन। वी आर स्क्रोलिंग, वी आर स्पेंडिंग मोर टाइम ऑन द लिंक other apps rather than the LinkedIn, and we still want to go outside for the job, or still even we are looking for the job. So that's a great initiative from you guys. I really appreciate this. मेरा क्वेश्चन इसमें ये था कि जो लिंक्डइन लर्निंग का फीचर है उसमें how we can add values to our personal branding as well as in the LinkedIn branding. Can you guys highlight something, and is it okay that we can use LinkedIn learning without the premium, or because there are millions of courses on the LinkedIn available? How now sometimes there are definitely techniques, we have to apply certain kind of techniques to choose the courses, and which courses we have to choose in order to if we use the like leadership terms or the branding terms. So how we can use that feature of the LinkedIn to brand ourselves. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, Ikram. So, guys, I want to first, I'll take it up, right, Bilal? Okay.
Ji, please.
Okay. So, Ikram is one of the great professionals over here in UAE, and I know him personally and professionally both. So, we have been working. He's an industry expert. So, thank you, Ikram, for joining us, first of all, in this workshop. So, related to the question, I would quickly say that LinkedIn Learning open up when you are a LinkedIn Premium member, okay? And then you can select the courses or the subjects you want to learn, all right? And then after you complete the hours or the courses, it gives you the certification from LinkedIn that you have completed the course, you're certified from LinkedIn, and then you can add in the section of your certification which LinkedIn provides. So, and yes, there are many subjects and topics LinkedIn Learning courses provide to us, and we can select as per our own interest. And also it gives you it basically gives your profile an edge that you are, you are a learner, you are trying to make a research on different subjects, you're always into something to learn something new, you are innovative, you are being creative. So that helps in this way. Now it entirely depends on what courses you want to learn, what subjects you want to learn. So that's how it's your choice, personally and professionally both.
Thank you. So it's totally linked with the premium.
Yeah, free account doesn't offer you the LinkedIn Learning. It gives you some only highlights, which is open for a free account. But if you want to complete the course, so it will take you to the LinkedIn Premium option, that you have to make your profile premium first, and then you can complete the course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Acha, Ikram, again, just to add it in this, it's not just LinkedIn, Coursera, Udemy, and even Google certification. There are so many certifications. And again, just I मैंने कहा कि you have to give your profile a blend of so many different things. So आप उसके अंदर बहुत सारे areas को भी touch कर सकते हो, जो कि आपको पता है कि long run में आपको help करेंगे. For example, if you talk about ICMA, और अगर आप UAE की tech certification, जो tech से related जो उसकी है, उसकी certification कर लेते हो. So eventually, you can be somebody who can actually head a payroll department or compensation benefit department in UAE with this understanding that ये है और ये है, साथ help कर सकता है. So you need to understand कि आपने जाना कहाँ है और किस तरह आपकी चीजें complement क्या करेगी. Learning is always good. हर चीज ही आपको मिलती है और आपने उसको showcase भी करना है उस पर.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would actually want to add something to this. Okay, so here's the thing. Pehle LinkedIn Learning was attached with the LinkedIn Premium account, but now actually you can have LinkedIn Learning. You can, it has to be paid, Anna is right, but LinkedIn Premium जो है वो I don't know, it's somewhere around 16,000 20,000, I don't know, मेरे पास नहीं है premium, ठीक है? तो लेकिन जो अब LinkedIn Learning है, that's somewhere around 4,500 4,900, something like that. So you can actually, it's another app that you'll have to download from your app store, and it's not as costly as LinkedIn Premium is.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
अच्छा, अगेन अगर बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होंगे
अच्छा।
जिनके पास वो लिंक्डइन प्रीमियम का राइट्स की बात होगी, देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल हु आर अगेन पार्टिसिपेटिंग एंड वर्किंग ऑन लिंक्डइन, वो उनको फ्री प्रीमियम के रेफरल्स भी देते हैं. So you can use it for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. And if you connect to relevant people, they do offer, because उनके पास वो free रखे हुए होते हैं. They cannot redeem it for their own profiles, but they can recommend it to someone else, so that people start using it and explore that. Okay, free 1 महीने के लिए आप use कर सकते हैं, and उस दरमियान में आप पूरा महीना बेसिक सर्टिफिकेशंस करें, आप सीखें और अंडरस्टैंड करें, ग्रो करें. तो अगेन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट मिनिमम रिसोर्सेज आप मैक्सिमम कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. कमिंग बैक टू वन मोर इम्पोर्टेंट एरिया जो कि मुझे लगता है कि हमने मिस कर दिया, फिर मैं हिरा से एक सवाल सुनूंगा. हिरा ने कहा हिरा वांट्स टू से समथिंग और आस्क जॉब सर्च, जो कि हमारे लिए लिंक्डइन के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक एरिया है, जो कि बहुत कम लोग उस चीज को उस तरह यूज कर रहे होते हैं एज ए मसल, जो कि इंपॉर्टेंट है. So if you see it here, ये मेरी recent search है जो यहाँ पे show हो रही है, और इन recent search में मैंने जिन jobs को search किया हुआ है वो यहाँ पे reflect भी करी है, उसके साथ relevant jobs जितनी available market में होती हैं नहीं. लेकिन अगर आप इसके alarms generate कर देते हैं, इनको fix कर देते हैं, तो it gives you something as an help कि जो कंटिन्यूसली आपको नोटिफाई करता रहता है कि ये जॉब ओपन हुई है, ये जॉब ओपन हुई है. तो वो लास्ट 24 आवर्स के नोटिफिकेशन आपको ईमेल पे भी आते हैं, लिंक्डइन की नोटिफिकेशन पे भी आते हैं. सो एंड इसी तरह इसमें एरिया वाइज भी सेग्रीगेशन होती है, लोकेशन, जॉब रोल, जॉब स्कोप. तो आप यू हैव टू इंश्योर कि आप अपनी बेस्ट इंटरेस्ट की जॉब्स यहाँ पे सर्च कर रहे हैं, और उसके बाद वो आप उसको क्या कहते हैं यूज कर सकते हैं. सेम इज द केस व्हेन आई वाज इन यूएई, आई पोस्टेड अनदर way of posting was that when I was in UAE, I had to tell people, a larger population, that I am in UAE. So LinkedIn आपको आर्टिकल्स की एक ऑप्शन देता है जिसपे आप आर्टिकल्स पोस्ट करते हैं जो कि एक बिगर लार्जर ऑडियंस को शो हो रहे होते हैं. तो वहां पे मैंने अपनी अवेलेबिलिटी का जो कवर बनाया हुआ था, इट वाज मेंशन लाइक फ्रॉम दिस डेट टिल दिस डेट, ताकि ब्रीफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग में दे सकूं कि आई एम अवेलेबल एंड आई एम एचआर प्रोफेशनल, एंड उसके बाद अपनी स्पेसिफिकेशन लिखी हुई थी. एंड बहुत सारे रिक्रूटर्स हैं मुझे उसी के थ्रू रीच आउट भी किया. सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड ये किस टूल को आप किस तरह यूज कर सकते हैं, अगेन अपने बेस्ट इंटरेस्ट के लिए. फॉर एग्जांपल पीपल हु आर सिटिंग इन पाकिस्तान एंड ट्राइंग टू रीच आउट इन द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट, उसके लिए भी आप जॉब सर्च को बहुत इफेक्टिवली यूज कर सकते हैं. ऑल्दो देयर आर मैकेनिज्म जहाँ पे वो कहेंगे कि आप ऑन साइट अवेलेबल नहीं है, बट अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन है जहाँ पे वो ऑनलाइन आपसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, टीम्स पे, जूम्स पे, तो अपनी सीवी के अंदर जरूर लिखिए दैट यूर like user friendly, like you have that exposure of zoom calls and Google Meet and all, ताकि लोगों को उस चीज में, या रिक्रूटर्स इस चीज पे बड़े खुश हो रहे होते हैं कि अच्छा अगर उनके पास एक ऐसी सीवी आती है जिसपे उनको लिखा हुआ पता लगता है कि ओके दिस पर्सन ऑलरेडी हैज दैट एक्सपोजर. तो अपने आप को ब्रांड करने के लिए भी आपको, कभी कभी हमें लगता है कि यार ये तो दिस इज पीनट्स, दिस इज नथिंग, बट फॉर सर्टेन पीपल, जैसे अगर मैं टर्किश मार्केट की बात करूं या मैं यूरोपियन मार्केट की बात करूं, तो वहां पे अभी भी जो जॉब एड जाते हैं ना, उसमें वो पूछते हैं आपसे कि आर यू अ ग्रेजुएट. when people coming from Pakistan are normally PhD, masters, because हमारा thought process यही होता है कि जब तक जिंदगी खत्म नहीं हो जाती हम पढ़ते नहीं. But however, in the international market, people are graduating, then they do job for 2, 3, 5 years, and then they start their masters. So हमारा और उनका जो thought process है वो काफी different है. तो हमें we have to showcase ourselves, we have to showcase according to their requirements instead of just thinking कि हम अपने हिसाब से बेहतरीन कैसे लग रहे हैं. Hira Noor wanted to ask something.
Yes, I have a question. Actually, I have basically, thank you so much, Bilal bhai, because he's the person who gave me the chance to get in the HR field, or he's the first mentor when I just joined my career. Actually, I worked after internship in a recruitment, and now there is a career break because of my son and a marriage. और अभी वो कुछ प्रोफाइल जो है वो बटरफ्लाई प्रोफाइल लग गई है. How can I वर्क ऑन इट, उसको मैनेज कैसे कर सकती हूँ, लिंक्डइन पे उसको पोर्ट्रे कैसे कर सकती हूँ, इसका कुछ specific way, because 4 years in recruitment I have worked a lot with different freelance activities with the different startup companies, but now it's like hard to find my dream job, or I have to like work on it so my LinkedIn can actually work on it. So that's my question.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Yeah,
Iza would be the best person to answer this question. Tried and
Yeah.
tested. But उससे बेहतर छोटा सा मैं बताता हूँ कि since you have been a recruiter, freelance recruiter, as a self-employed person will help you in using this. किसी को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आपने बीच में 4 साल की ब्रेक लिया 6 साल की. If you can provide them the skill set they want, they'll be happy to hire you. And now Iza, the doctor for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, no. I'm not the doctor for this. And actually, I was just gonna say the same thing as you. Okay, you can do recruitment. You don't need a job for that. Firstly, and secondly, like I said, LinkedIn is so much more than just finding jobs, right? I get that might be your end goal in mind, but like your identity is still intact, right? You are still Noor. You still have your likes and dislikes, and you still have your 4 years worth of experience, right? So just talk about that. And while you're talking about it, just have faith in yourself, and your post should reflect that you are confident about what you're talking about. If you are shaky just because you're married now, you have a kid, and you are having some imposter syndrome, that should not show on your posts, right? And when you keep talking about it often, like people are going to look at it and they're going to be like, Acha, yeah, this girl still has it in her, okay, and she can. And also, are you looking for a job right now? Can you manage a job right now?
Yeah, I can manage. That's why I'm actually looking at a little shift from recruitment to HR operations, so I can like learn more about the HR practices except the payroll.
Okay, so you can do like the whole 9 to 5 thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good because I wanted to learn new things, because I just get to work in a recruitment firm. It's just, I guess, I got stuck here. I don't have much more to learn about the HR practices, so that's why I just wanted to join the any company so I can learn more about the HR operations, that is the employee engagement activities and sort of the thing.
Okay, so Noor, 2 things. Okay, you gotta go to do 2 things. Pehli baat ye, you have to start talking about the fact that you are now ready to get back in the workspace. Okay, you have to start talking about that on LinkedIn, firstly, and be very confident about it, be very creative about that too. Secondly, if like in your speech just now, you said something about employee engagement, HR operations, just do some research on those things, see the new trends, and there are lots of new reports online. Just read them and start posting about them. कि आपने क्या पढ़ा, आपको क्या interest का लगा. That shows your interest.
Okay,
Cool.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
मुझे लगा अभी इज़ा कहेंगी कि okay, send me your CV, we are hiring someone, I'll just engage with you. So मैं तो बहुत खुश हो गया था कि चलो
I'm proud of her. I'm just proud of her that she can now do
I
the
got
whole
the
9 to
same
5.
vibe.
चलो. Iza, Salim had a question she was trying to ask.
Ikra, yeah.
Okay, first of all, Bilal, Amina, and Iza, thank you for this insightful session. It was truly inspiring and helpful. Okay, I have 2 questions here. Amina and Iza mentioned about the introductory message. As a recruiter, we send like a formal message. But when we are hunting the job, or we are connecting, we are building, Iza mentioned the word relationship. So can you give a demo message, like how to, what should be the introductory message be, like what kind of message it should be? So it's a question from both Amna or Iza, you can answer.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't be like, okay, this is the message that's best to write, but I can just give you an example. First of all, the way Bilal approached me, he wasn't approaching for a job, I know, but I usually don't really respond to DMs, because usually बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं. But the way he messaged, I was like, okay, this guy really has something to say, all right? And I think it was just very genuine. He was like, I'm not writing you, for a job, and I think that's a wonderful way to start. Even if you're looking for a job, just be like, I'm not looking for a job, okay? But here's the thing, I have these certain traits, and I would love to tell you about it. Or maybe I would love to hear your side, your 2 cents on this report I read. That could be like a topic starter, right? And this other day, this another person messaged me, and he started off by saying, "Your time is so valuable, Iza. I hope you are not wasting it on, lousy messages. Your time is so valuable." And then I was like, okay, what does he have to say? So that just got my attention.
Okay.
Ikra, yeah, Ikra,
Yeah.
I would answer you in this way. When it comes to recruiters, for example, if you're searching a job and you want to inquire, so just be relevant. Try to inquire or ask questions from the recruiter. Hey, XYZ, I'm reaching out to you to inquire about XYZ roles, if you have, or if might be your company is hiring, because I have XYZ skills. So I look forward to hear from you, let's say. So simple, short and concise, and an inquiry you are making to a recruiter, right now I'm telling you, okay? So because recruiters have, again, very minimal time, sometimes they don't respond even. From HR, people have a lot of like complaints that you guys don't reply and so on. That's another story. I cannot, tell everything that what's going on at the back end.
Background.
Yeah. But inquiry, in an inquiry way, if you ask a question, recruiter will tell you that, yes, Ikra, we are hiring. We don't have maybe a relevant positions or roles right now. So in a word or two, in a sentence, they will reply you. So just try it out in this way, especially for the recruiters. And the one Iza was telling is, again, building relationship, collaborations, human touch,
Genuine connections.
Exactly. Yeah. So there are differences also when you are reaching out to people. For what purpose you are reaching out, let's say.
Okay, I got it. I have another question as well. It's like how to earn the job in UAE or in Middle East. Like I have been trying to crack this, but मुझे अभी तक इसका कोई solution नहीं लगा. मुझे मेरा question ये है कि like Pakistan में बैठ के can we get the job in UAE or in Middle East through LinkedIn? Is it possible, or you have to be there?
Okay. So again, it's very subjective. It varies person to person, profile to profile, company to company at the same time. The one I showed you the example of one of my clients who is ACCA qualified professional. She achieved her first ever job from Pakistan. Okay. Now why it happened? It's like 4 years back. So वो कहानी भी different हो गई है 4 years back की, and now we are into a different time at the same time. So but it can happen. Just recently, I met some of my friends yesterday, and the guy got the job in, again, a software company over here in UAE, again, from Pakistan. So it's all about 2 things, if I quickly summarize. Number 1, you do your best efforts from your home country using LinkedIn, okay, reaching out to a recruiter in a manner which we have discussed, and there are more ways too, we can tweak it. And number 2, networking, okay, like especially for the job search right now, I'm talking about reaching out to recruiters, reaching out to maybe those people who are here. If you have, let's say, friends or family over here in UAE, they might be working in different places. Start building the repo connection, the repo building with the people, okay. And then you can explain your maybe skills or interest you want to work in. Now, depending upon those people who are really wanting to help you out, because most of the family become different, let's say, when, I mean, political and sharing right now, but these are the ways you can connect with people, ask with them how they're responding, how it's working out, how much employer is engaging in your profile, again, based on the of LinkedIn, of branding yourself, of pitching your skills or contribution in a way that people would like to take interest in you.
Thank you. Okay, I got the answer. Thank you so much.
अच्छा, एक चीज और भी शायद यहाँ पे हम ऐड कर सकते हैं when we are talking about engaging with people and getting their responses, right responses. बहुत ज़्यादा फिर we live in a male dominant society, but what I see is कि LinkedIn पे अभी भी लोग बहुत misuse करते हैं female gender की profiles को देख के. So what you can do is that बहुत दफा जरूरी नहीं होता कि आप LinkedIn पे उनकी inbox में जाकर बात करें. So if somebody writes as an किसकी कोई job post है, तो आप उसके appreciative way में बात करके उसके बाद से लिख सकते हैं कि it would be great if you can share the details in the inbox. तो वो आपसे normally लोग अगर वो समझते हैं कि आप relevant है, या तो आपको review कर लेते हैं और उसके बाद आपको बता देते हैं, या फिर वो आपसे रीच आउट कर लेते हैं. इसी तरह अब जब मैंने इज़्ज़त से कांटेक्ट किया था, we recently lost a friend who was again working with us in Easy Paisa, and he died all of a sudden in like 2 days. So which made me think of this thing that LinkedIn is again something जो कि exist करती रहेगी और हम नहीं, ठीक है. And this is again something जिसकी वजह से हम ये आज बैठ के बात भी कर रहे हैं कि we wanted to add this value to a lot of people and missing out on a lot of things जो कि हमने शायद पहले नहीं सिखाई हैं, पहले नहीं डिस्कस की हैं, पहले नहीं कर सके. और आप सबके लिए भी यही है कि अगर आप ये करना शुरू करते हैं तो वो पर्सनलाइज, अब मैंने उस पर्सनलाइज मैसेज में बहुत दफा ऑल्ट्रेशंस किए हैं हर दफा के बंदे से चेंज बात करने के लिए. देयर आर सर्टेन पीपल जो आपकी बात का जवाब ही कहते हैं कि थैंक यू एंड आई डोंट हैव एनीथिंग टू टॉक अबाउट. या कुछ होते हैं जो आपसे पूछते हैं, oh I have reviewed your profile, and then so you have to understand, and by that tone you will understand that if he's interested or she's interested in talking to you or not. अगर नहीं है तो या तो आप उनके इंटरेस्ट की बात करें, because people, again एक एग्जांपल है बेसिक लेमैन. पाकिस्तान में जो यू फोन है, when I was studying in MBA, तो वो कहते थे कि आपका यू एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए हर चीज में. जब आपका यू एटीट्यूड होता है तो आप ऑटोमेटिकली उनकी बात कर रहे होते हैं, उनके बारे में बात कर रहे होते हैं. And people love to hear about themselves. मैं आप सबको ये this is one of the tips when I talk to you. If I talk to Agna or Iza and I start calling their names, they'll be more interested in talking to me or listening to me. ठीक है. हजरत अली का भी ये फरमान है कि जब आप लोगों से मुखातिब करें तो बेहतर है कि आप उनके नाम लेके मुखातिब करें, और उससे वो दिल. तो अगर आप किसी सिक्योरिटी गार्ड का भी नाम पूछ लेंगे ना, that person would be happy. इसी तरह जब आप चैट पे लिखते हैं और आप चैट में लिखते हैं हाय देयर, तो वो एक रोबोटिक चीज लगती है. इसी तरह अगर आप उनका नाम लिख लें तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली वो ट्रांसफॉर्म कर देता है उस थॉट को, बेशक एक जुमला एक वर्ड का ही हो. तो दिस विल हेल्प यू एज वेल. सेम इज द केस विद यूएई वाली मार्केट का. सिर्फ कनेक्ट करने की जरूरी नहीं है. लोग आपके जो लोकल लोग वहां रहते हैं जिनको आप जानते हैं और यहाँ से वहां गए हैं, उनसे वन ऑन वन पूछें कि उनके क्या एक्सपीरियंसेस है, क्या चैलेंजेस उन्होंने फेस किए, एंड ट्राई टू यूज एंड ट्रेन योरसेल्फ विद दैट, ताकि आप अपने आप को इंटरनली होमवर्क करके बिल्ड करें. So that if there's an opportunity, you don't have to think like, oh, अब मुझे ये सब करना पड़ेगा because अब मुझे जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई. तो उससे पहले जब आप होमवर्क कर रहे होते हैं, then आपके लिए काम करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं होता. So it's very important कि आप you start homework, doing that homework before even thinking. तो फिर इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में कहीं भी जाना आपके लिए मुश्किल नहीं होगा, not just UAE.
Thank you, Bilal.
Thank you. Faizan. We would like to hear something from Faizan as well. Faizan is again planning to move to Finland or some other country out of Pakistan.
नहीं, just looking for jobs over there. तो यही है कि रिक्रूटर वाली बात आपकी बिल्कुल ठीक है कि डायरेक्टली जॉब अप्लाई करना. और कुछ वहाँ पर यूरोप में थोड़ा सा ये कि जब आप जॉब अप्लाई करते हैं तो उसमें वो कांटेक्ट देते हैं जो बंदा रिक्रूट कर रहा होता है, लाइक टीम का. तो मैंने भी जो आगे पीछे चेक किया उसमें उन्होंने यही रेकमेंड किया कि आप डायरेक्ट उसको ईमेल या मैसेज करें और उससे जॉब डिटेल्स वगैरह पूछ के थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्ट अपना शो करें कि आप जॉब में इंटरेस्टेड हैं, आपकी स्किल्स मैच करती हैं नहीं करती. तो उसमें ये कि आपका थोड़ा सा ये कि बाकी लोगों से आप थोड़ा सा ये कि ऊपर आ जाते हो उसकी नज़रों में, सीवी शॉर्टलिस्ट होने में, ऐसी चीज़ों में. तो कम्युनिकेशन इज द की. वो ज़रूरी है कि आपको उससे गपशप लगाना. डायरेक्टली आप अप्लाई करें तो शायद आपका वो इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा जो कि आप थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्ट शो करके उससे इम्पैक्ट ले रहे हो.
So what are the challenges you are facing and how can we help you?
मेनली मेरा ख्याल है कि ये जॉब रिक्रूटर ढूंढना थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए लिंक्डइन पे शायद वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल मुझे जो लगा कि डायरेक्ट जॉब. तो मैंने तो प्रीमियम भी ले लिया लिंक्डइन का और उस पर जॉब सर्च भी लगा ली, अलर्ट्स भी लगा लिए, तो उसमें पता लग जाता आपको. लेकिन ये कि वो डायरेक्ट कंपनीज हैं तो उनमें थोड़ा सा आपको मेरा ख्याल डायरेक्टली लैंड करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. तो रिक्रूटर्स आपको स्कैन करना और उनको सर्च करना वो थोड़ा सा एक मुझे थोड़ा सा जो चैलेंज फेस हो रहा है वो ये.
अच्छा, मुझे लगता है एक चीज मैं ऐड करूंगा, बाकी दोनों एक्सपर्ट्स भी. रिक्रूटर्स के लिए ना जो हम बहुत ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, हैशटैग्स ठीक है, तो जिस तरह इंस्टाग्राम के ऊपर उसके ऊपर अगर आपको कोई नई सर्च स्टोरी मिलती है और आप उसके हैशटैग्स फॉलो कर लेते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपको सारी फीड्स उसी की आने लग जाती है। सो इसी तरह आप यूरोपियन मार्केट हैशटैग यूरोपियन मार्केट सर्च करें एंड हैशटैग QA सर्च करें या हैशटैग रिक्रूटर सर्च करें फॉर द UAE मार्केट और फॉर द यूरोपियन मार्केट, तो आपको स्पेसिफिकली उसी से रिलेटेड मिल जाएंगे। जैसे मैं इस्लामाबाद में पोस्ट करता हूँ तो आई पोस्टेड लाइक जॉब पोस्ट और उसके बाद नीचे लिख देता हूँ हैशटैग जॉब इन इस्लामाबाद, तो ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत सारे लोगों ने वो फॉलो किया हुआ होता है और उनके सामने वो फीड्स के तौर पे शो होने लग जाती है वही स्पेसिफिक पोस्ट। अगर आप लिंक्डइन के ऊपर सिर्फ हैशटैग सर्च कर लेते हो और उनको फॉलो कर लेते हो तो आपके पास रेलिवेंट लोग प्रोफाइल आने लग जाती हैं जिनको आप ऐड कर सकते हो, कनेक्ट कर सकते हो। और प्रीमियम अकाउंट को यूज करने के भी इट्स अ ह्यूज मसल। एंड अगेन आप अगर फॉर एग्जांपल आप गाड़ी चलाते हो और आप क्रेन ले लें तो यू नीड टू लर्न योर दैट ट्रेड या स्किल कि आप उसको कैसे यूज करेंगे ताकि आपके लिए वो चीज जल्द से जल्द हेल्पफुल हो जाए। आमना नज़ा अगर आप प्लीज हेल्प कर सकते हैं कुछ।
Okay, Fazan, and for everyone as well, मैं एक और बात भी बहुत important कहना चाहूँगी that first and foremost हम profile optimization पे काम कर लें अपने, okay, and then recruiters connection. So ताकि for example अगर आप किसी से connect कर रहे हैं, let's say, so you are communicating with that recruiter and at the same time let's say अगर आपकी profile empty है, इकरा for you as well, आप UAE में let's say job search कर रही हैं, so first profile optimization पे you have worked, you did your part, you made up everything, homework us pe ho gaya, and then the recruiters connection, connecting with the European recruiters. Fazan, you can do one thing which Bilal said, which is right, hashtag wali cheese, it's very much effective, which will show you all the posts relevant. Second, again, region to region भी vary करता है communication styles and the way people will respond you. Let's say Gulf में people are more into on LinkedIn, they're responding you, LinkedIn को एक powerful tool यहाँ पर consider किया जाता है with terms of networking, job search. When it comes to Europe में different consultants are there only who are right people to reach out for the European jobs. So Fazan can try out with the relevant consultant जो आपकी field से relevant jobs उनके पास होती हैं. So you have to connect with them, ask them, और फिर उनसे आप अपनी rapport building रखें and keep in touch in a way. And this is again a witness in my network, family and friends in European market especially, that वो जो consultant होते हैं वो इस तरह की rapport building कर लेते हैं that they will reach out to you if there is something exactly relevant to you. So इस तरह से भी jobs achieve किए हैं मेरे network में, family में भी, European market में. So you can also try that.
Sure.
Again,
Thanks.
ISA से related भी है. Again, ISA can add in as well. HRSG का उन्होंने reference दिया था. HRSG पाकिस्तान में थर्ड पार्टी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे लोगों को हायर करती है डिफरेंट कंपनीज के साथ. I'm sure you know. इसी तरह जैसा अगर आप UAE में जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे टेलेक के नाम से कंपनी है या 4Gs या G4 के नाम से कंपनी है. बहुत सारी ऐसी कंपनीज हैं जो इंटरनेशनल मार्केट से रिसोर्सेज पुल अप करती हैं और आपको डिप्लॉय कर देती हैं इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में. तो यू कैन फाइंड कि यूरोपियन मार्केट्स में थर्ड पार्टी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कौन सी कंपनीज हायर कर रही हैं एंड देन यू कैन जॉइन देम एंड स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग देयर पेजेस. तो वो उससे भी आपको इत्तेफाक से या ऑटोमेटिकली आपको बहुत ज्यादा जॉब स्पेसिफिकली मिलने लग जाती है जिसपे वो रिक्रूटर्स को भी राउट कर देते हैं कि ठीक है वी हैव अ रिक्रूटमेंट टीम, दे विल रीच आउट टू यू. सो फॉरेन हो सकता है ना भी हो लेकिन इन अ मंथ हो सकता है. So this will help you as well. I'll sit down with you as well and we'll sort it.
Okay.
I wanted to add one more thing about this कि जैसे हम as a recruiter boolean search use करते हैं and और लगा के आप अपनी specific job description जो भी आपका job designation है आप उसको mention करें and के साथ और all के साथ और साथ अपनी location mention कर दें तो आपके पास पूरा एक job सर्च का पेज ओपन हो जाता है जिसमें 7, 8, 9, 10 जितने भी पेजेस में वो जॉब्स अवेलेबल होती हैं वो आपको मिल जाती हैं. आप उसके थ्रू जब भी जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करने लगते हैं इजी अप्लाई या किसी पोस्ट पे जाके तो दे विल मेंशन इन द लिंक्डइन के वहाँ पर एक हायरिंग मैनेजर होता है जो स्पेसिफिक जॉब रोल के ऊपर काम कर रहा होता है. तो इट्स इजी फॉर यू टू लाइक हंट रिक्रूटर फ्रॉम देयर और आपकी जॉब भी आप हंट कर लेंगे और आपको हायरिंग मैनेजर का भी आइडिया हो जाएगा.
ग्रेट. हिरा, ये जो आपने बोला इस टर्मिनोलॉजी को और इसकी जो स्क्रिप्ट है इसको अगर आप मुझे लिख के भेज दो I'll try to share it with all of them जो भी जॉब सर्च करें, खासतौर पे फैजान और बाकी जिस तरह इकरा सलीम ने कहा, तो वो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली इसको फॉलो कर सकते हैं, यूज कर सकते हैं.
We call it head hunting. Like जब हम लोग इस तरह से सर्च कर रहे होते हैं, हम लोग बुलियन सर्च मतलब हम लोग वो कीवर्ड्स यूज करते हैं. Let's say we are आप लोग let's say IT support resource ढूंढ रहे हैं, ठीक है. You will gonna write IT support और एक्चुअल में एक जो है ना वो आपकी सर्च को एक्सपैंड करता है. आप IT सपोर्ट और नेटवर्क सपोर्ट, अब ये 2 टर्म्स हो गई हैं. तो आप जब ये उस सर्च पार्ट पे लिखेंगे तो आपको जितने भी सारे ये मैं एज अ रिक्रूटर के पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रही हूँ, आप अपनी जॉब को भी वैसे सर्च कर सकते हैं. सो या
नहीं, I can completely resonate with this. Why I was telling Hira, because she came up with the suggestion and I found it कि she can help. So I just wanted her help to be used in the best possible. मैं भी लिख के भेज सकता हूँ. I'll sit down with Faizan. But point is कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि हम सारे आप सब इस forum को use करें with this understanding that we can help each other instead of just we3. इसके अलावा किसी का कोई सवाल है, कोई अगर कोई बात करना चाहता है, कुछ ऐड करना चाहता है? We're already like 15 minutes up, but again.
All good.
Yeah. So I believe that thank you very much, Amna and Iza, for being a wonderful speaker and sharing your knowledge. Again, माशाल्लाह ये बहुत महंगे वो हैं, trainers हैं दोनों, और दोनों अपने डोमेन के चीते भी होंगे, I'm sure, तभी ये इतना माशाल्लाह अच्छा कमा रहे. But again, they volunteered and they were here to help you all. And again, बहुत सारे लोगों ने शायद ज्वाइन ना करके बहुत सारा मिस आउट किया होगा. हो सकता है आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को ऑलरेडी ये चीजें पता हो. But again, adding value to it is something जो कि मेरे ख्याल से हम कोशिश कर रहे थे, and we'll try कि हम इसको और बेहतर करें. So, and thank you very much for being a wonderful audience as well. I will try to again share the certificates of participation जितने लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया हमें, और उनके लिए specifically a round of applause. अगर आप सब अपने अपने कैमरास ऑन कर ले और हम एक क्लैप कर सकें, that would be great.
Yay. And I would say I'll take a picture.
Yeah, you can.
Oh
So
my
we can
God,
post.
Adil, you're still in your car. Where are you going?
Adil नथिया गली जा रहे हैं.
Okay, ready? Okay, ready?
He's on his annual.
Just wait for
Oh,
a second.
okay.
We have 2-3 more people who can again switch on the cameras. 5 people in fact.
Sure. Yeah.
Guys, अगर आप अपनी कैमरा पिक्चर्स हमें शो करा दें.
Okay, ready?
वैसे, yep.
Okay, done. Thank
Done.
you.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank
I
you.
have created a WhatsApp group, and again, आपकी email के अंदर उसका link मौजूद है. You can join that group so that every time we'll start setting up some such events. आपको भी वो invite पहले चला जाएगा. We have the database जिस पे आपने fill up किया है, और उसको भी हम use करेंगे for your best possible support. But again, it would be great to have you always, and it was great to have you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
I want
Thank
to
you.
add one thing with the speaker's permission.
Ji, please.
Yeah.
Actually, I have been here in UAE since last 11 years, and I worked with Amna since last 4 years. When I started working with Amna, I have the connections of almost less than 1,000, and she asked me that feature your post. So literally at that time, I don't have any post to feature. And right now I have 9,000 plus connections, and you can see my features also.
Oh, wow.
Very good. Amazing, Amna.
I am also voluntarily available if someone wants, if we can have one session about the UAE market, because most of the people wants to join the UAE market. Because I'm a accountant, so from the ACCA or ICMA or CA, even this business strategy is almost common for the HR and the finance and marketing guys. So I am also voluntarily available. If someone has any questions, we can have one session also. I recently had one session in ICMA Pakistan when I was there, Islamabad. So, but I can do online session also. If other than the session also, if someone needs any assistance or any question about the UAE market, definitely they can reach to Amna, and with her permission, I can also be available about. I can answer the questions also. And thank you very much once again. I really appreciate your initiative. It's one of the great initiative that I think most of the professionals must join. And next time, because I am here in most of the accounting groups, next time if there's any session like this, send me the flyer and link. I will post in those groups also, because these are the common questions that everyone wants to come UAE or in the GCC, and individually to answer these questions very difficult. So we can have session.
Brilliant.
सबसे पहले
Thank you, sir.
हम आपको एक चीज आमना बोले, आप बोले.
No, I just want to thank him basically that he hopped on from my network, and he's a great guy and a professional at the same time. And he have a huge community of ACCA and CA fraternity and community. So that's also, we can, again, Bilal, you guys can also connect and promote the supportive initiative for all the job seekers and professionals. That would be great.
Zarur, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Ikram, it would be great if you can drop me a text. I'll send you Ikra Salim's CV. ताकि आप उनको कंसिडर करवाएं वहाँ पे किसी यूएई मार्केट में, देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Thank you.
जी, sure. Actually, CV job perspective से जो मैंने देखा है कि reality, harsh reality, no one will open the CV. We should have created some text message summary. At least there is a 10% probability someone will read our message. But no one really, from the recruiter perspective, no one will really read your CV if you send the PDF document. And one of the question was that what message will we send? Sorry to say to the recruiters, but here I have to, I met with some of the recruiters. They said that some of the time, like, we get just a hi message, or good afternoon message, or good evening message, or assalamu alaikum message. When we reply, and after 1 hour, the guy send us the message. So that's why we stop replying the messages. So the message should be direct, like if you want to greet.
एक मैसेज में पूरी बात.
हाँ, greet and बताएं कि यार मैंने फाइनेंस मैनेजर की या HR की या अकाउंटेंट की जॉब ढूंढनी है, मेरी ये स्ट्रेंथ है, और प्लीज start using LinkedIn formatter also, like to text in the bold or italic or in different formats. We can use that LinkedIn editor. I came to know last year. I shared in my groups also. So this is just additional information. I think if you guys already told, I missed that.
नहीं, हमने नहीं बताया. आप प्लीज हमसे शेयर कीजिएगा, हम लाखियों से शेयर करेंगे.
जी जरूर.
So thank you
Alright,
very
thank
much,
you.
everyone. Thank you, Iza. Thank you, Amna, especially for being here. And आप 20 मिनट ज़्यादा लग गए. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys. All right. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.
That's